On this episode, we talk about good category pages, cheaper ways to get traffic to your website, and waiting on a game since 2012. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 55 of the AskEngine show. We are back to normal in our office, in Blake's office.
Yeah.
Kind of Blake's office.
There's no water again. Things are dry.
Oh yeah. Did we tell people about the flooding? We did.
Flooded a second time. Yes, this is flood number 2.
Yeah. So, we've got one up on Moses, and we've also got 3 questions for you today. We're going to go ahead and jump into it.
Q1. How can I design a great product page for a category that isn't particularly exciting? So, this one is all about your content that you drop on that product page and how you can craft a story around what you're selling. Mm-hmm. Exciting imagery is always helpful, but if the product doesn't lend itself to exciting imagery, you can always hype it up with good content, good copy on the product pages, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think about, candles are not super exciting. I personally like candles because I like things that smell good. But there is and I can't remember the website. Before I actually joined Engine, I sent you this website. It's a candle company that is just snarky. They name their candles in snarky ways. They're creative in their content, and their copywriting is amazing. Like, it just cracks you up. And so they're breathing in their own uniqueness into their own products. And so I would recommend, if you're selling toilets, have fun with it. A toilet is not going to be a super fun product to shoot from an imagery perspective, especially from a technical perspective, but you can make it fun. So ultimately understand that you're selling to other humans. 99% of the time, the first copy that someone reads on your product doesn't need to be your product dimensions. It needs to be talking about the product itself. Dimensions matter. They're important for Google, and they're important for people who are purchasing, but show a little bit of your flavor before you do it.
I think that's perfect. Question 2 from r/e-commerce is, what are some cheap ways to get traffic to your e-commerce website?
Cheap ways to get traffic to your e-commerce website. So I'm going to answer this question and then level it up to asking a better question. Cheap ways of driving traffic: Facebook, Instagram. Social media in general. Google AdWords, if you can find a word that is not
you're not going to enter a big war on.
Yeah. You're not going to buy, you're not going to go in and buy the word LaCroix.
Yeah.
But you maybe can buy a word that is 15 layers deep into the types of pH water balance, something, I don't know. So cheap traffic is going to come from social. It's going to come from good content. Now, the better question is, ultimately, a lot of people ask for cheap traffic, but you can drive a bunch of cheap clicks to your website, but is that going to convert? So I would encourage you to think a lot more about how can I drive the right traffic to my website as opposed to cheap traffic. I know that that's a very subtle difference, but it's a very important difference. And the way that you drive the right traffic is through your targeting, through your content. Speak to your target consumer and figure out what they want and then give that to them.
And I think, too, one of the kind of overlooked pieces is kind of your organic traffic that comes from writing and building good content on your site itself. That is where cheap, if not free, high-quality traffic will come from, because they're coming in directed at words that are kind of unique to your site. I also challenge people to rethink this, what's the cheapest way I can do XYZ? That whole mindset in e-com early on just really bugs me. And yeah,
our cameraman's trying to swat a fly with a pair of scissors right now, and I'm just dying.
He's going full on Mr. Miyagi.
All right, sorry.
Question 3, final question. Is a 14 to 18 day lead time for my online jewelry shop bad? Or will customers hate waiting that long? Man, 14 to 18 days is a long time unless you are building that product from scratch and you make that super clear on the product page. If you say, hey, I'm handcrafting this for you in my shop, and show some awesome pictures of the metals you're working with and the stones you're working with.
That's gross.
Joe just got it with scissors. That is impressive.
That's nasty. Oh my God. Totally derailed this episode, Joe. Yeah, I've got to. If you're selling on Etsy and you're making handcrafted bowls and a woman in Nicaragua is making it with her daughter and you're providing sustainability, if you've got a great story as to why this product is taking 14 to 18 days, cool. I'll buy it. I get that. if someone else is selling the product that you're selling and their shipping is 2 days, you're praying that people don't find better solutions. And if you're not, at the end of the day, if you're not trying to be the best provider of that product, what are you doing? Why are you building a business? Wanting to be mediocre in business is not a good business strategy.
Yep, it's totally fair.
Yeah. Question of the day: what was the longest wait time you were ever happy or satisfied with for a product? So, like, I'm thinking like ordering a Tesla.
Yeah.
Like, technically, Tesla is e-commerce. Like, I'm happy waiting a year for a Tesla.
So I backed a game on Kickstarter in 2012 and still waiting on the game to come out. So
what?
Yeah. The game has like 185 plus million in crowdfunding, and it's progressing along. But the 2012 wait has been the longest I've ever waited for.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
How are they keeping you engaged? Like, that is a substantial amount of time.
Weekly emails, a very good kind of alpha of the game. And then they have a really good community around the whole game that they've kind of built and nurtured into like massively supporting.
So you every week check back on a game that I don't remember what I was even into in 2012. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, good answer. Thank y'all for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.